Hello. You right, King? Let me just pin that screen. It's better. There we go. That's better. Right. So, no one on. Just make sure I've done this right. It's good. Just finished work. I thought I'd throw the live stream on. As you see, still in my uniform. Give me 1 second. Let me just shut that down in a second. Let's get this done. Sometimes I do 2 streams by accident. No, just 1. That's all right. I've definitely got 1. Oh, I'm glad I finished. It's just started raining. So it's all good. Let's put this back on. Put that back up there. So we're all good. It is always raining. All the time. There's another hurricane coming and all, isn't there? You got the bigger and then one behind it. That's a bad thing. So, how many people on here? It said, is it? Yeah, you won't get an hurricane there. Just feel sorry for all them little islands. Not good for them. You ate a little bit? Yeah, it's mental. Got my Triton tests on order. Send another Triton test off soon. Right, PB. Nah, I don't do it monthly. I'm going to do mine every 3 months, 4 months. I'm not paying that amount of money. It's just a lot of money to do like the Triton test. I think they tell you to do it around that, but I'm not doing it that often. PB, how did you get on with that other test, that subscription one? She's always got 4%. Just checking what day my bins need putting up. September the 8th. Brown, green, and blue bin. Have you got a video of that setup, PB? Morning, Mage. Yeah, I've got a pair of mandarins in mine. Beautiful fish. Just make sure you got plenty of plankton for the pods, PB. If you're doing a tank, you better have the plankton in there. Just give me a sec, I'll see if I can get these mandarins on camera. Trying to find them first. Let's get this camera on here. See my face there? You don't want to see my face, that's not a good one. Right, let's see if I can get these mandarins. I'll turn my screen. Right. Where are yous? Dum, 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 dum. There's one. Let's have a look. In between the rocks. There. I don't know if you can see it. No, we'll see if it, wait for it to come out. There's one. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. It's the girl, I think. Wait for it to come up. She's coming. See, just behind there, behind that fish. And she's gone again. Where's the boy? He's a big boy. Wherever he is. I can't see the chat, by the way, so while I'm doing this. In fact, let me get the chat up on here so I can see it. See, this is what it is with mandarins. You know you've got them, but you're trying to find them. Where's the aircan garden, which is going soon? This is going to be an impossible task, trying to find mandarins. Two different species of coral and a perfect line where they touch without fighting. Look at that. Beautiful. And again there, perfect line. Not fighting, just stopping. There's the mandarin. Oh, 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 oh. See its tail. Just behind there. Starfish. See this serpent star's legs here. Oh, oh, oh. There's a mandarin. Yes, it comes. Just behind the air can. Oh, there he is. There you go. Gone again. That's how quick they are. Yeah, that's not going to work. I'll do a video one day. Trying to stop the reflection. There you go. Duncan's. Wait, focus. How many people are watching? Usually shows you, but it's not showing. Let's try. No. So, I need a topic. Give me a topic and let's start a topic. Morning, Kurt. Or afternoon if you was in the UK. Yeah, the dinner time over here. 4:15 in the afternoon. going to text my barber, see if he's on holiday. You exclusive. Yeah, that's my tank, mate, yeah. No, I don't have none of that, me. I'll just keep it simple. I've got no algae in my tank. I've got a skimmer. I've got a reactor with miracle mud in it. So I'm running miracle mud through a reactor. And I've got, that's it. Right, I changed my filter socks. That's it. Keep it simple. I've always kept it simple. For the last 6 years, I've always had minimal stuff. Less stuff in your tank, the cheaper it is for you, and the less stuff can go wrong. Exactly. No, I use Triton. I'm going to see if I can get it up. Show you. Right, so let's put my phone on. Let me present this to everyone. So, let me get me hangouts up. Right, so here's mine. You can all see it. Right, so I've got my skimmer, filter socks, and miracle mud, and that is your lot. Auto top off. That's it. And my Triton down there. So I've got Dorsey with Triton, skimmer, miracle mud. That's it. That's it. Keep it simple. Yeah. No, King, you've got two. You got core 7. You got core 7. Other methods, which you don't have to have it with. You don't have to have it algae in your tank, so you'd have to have like Chaeto or Cheeto. You ain't Doctor. You ain't Dave. Let's get the link in here so everyone can say hello. No, see, no, it's not. No, it's not a partial Triton. That's why everyone gets it wrong. It's Triton. Triton is all it is keeping your elements to the baseline they want. That's what it is. If you do that, you're running Triton. That's the way. That's from their mouth and all. That's from the Triton's mouth. Or it's exactly the same stuff as normal Triton without the food for the algae. That's it. But everything's exactly the same. It's just got one thing in it, which is food to grow your algae. Uh, how about floor the aquarium? Random speeds, pulsing, constant speeds, and or combination. You can do a mixture of all. Could be good because it means you're getting floor around your full tank, all different speeds. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Let's put about that. So the link's in there now. If you want to jump in someone, I'll put it there, haven't I? Yeah, yeah. I can't get out just to go, and then I know for. I can't get out just to go in there. I know for love of money. Why do you want it to grow in there? If you're not literally growing chato or anything, you don't really want it in there. Might be a good thing. Ultra low nutrients will do that, I know. Just making sure I've got that up. No, I need to click that. 1 second. Do what I do all the time, go from wrong. There we go. How much should be back on now? Exclusive, yes. I put carbon in most probably once every month, once every 6 weeks. Uh, I don't take it out. I just throw it in there, leave it. No, it only lasts a couple of days. But when I want to change it again, I just empty it and then put the rest in. Once it's depleted, it just turns to basically rock for your bacteria. So, and then I just take it out like once every 4 6 weeks and put a fresh lot in. But I'm not an avid user of it, so no, I don't use it a lot. And GFO, I put GFO in, and I put like half a golf ball size in a bag and throw it in the tank, well, in the sump, or I'll put it into my reactor in the bag. But that's not to keep them low; it's just to keep them at the baseline I want them. Yeah, Doc, have you not got no? You could do getting some coralline algae from somewhere, crushing it up into like a paste, mixing it with water and putting in your tank. That'll get coralline algae going in your system. Just make sure you get your calcium levels right. If your calcium levels are right, magnesium and KH, then it'll grow nice. But when it comes to coralline, mine just goes mental everywhere in my system. If a coral dies, 2 days later, it's got coralline on it. Has your red planet died? Dave, jump on. What murdered it? A crab or a fish? A crab then, or a big ass snail. Red planets is one of them corals, though. As soon as they get a knock, they start stripping where they've been knocked.
Hey,
Right, Dave.
I think my sea urchin pushed it off the rock. It was
Yeah,
it was face down in a bubble coral.
yeah. The thing is, red planets, though. Have you got a YouTuber?
I did mute it on the way in. It's still screwing up.
I was going to say, no, it's right now.
Okay.
Yeah, the red planets, little taps on them, even picking them up by the skin, can make them strip.
Yeah, this was face down in a bubble coral. Bubble coral won.
A bubble coral will win every time with any coral.
Yeah, this one I got from It's got some nasty sweepers on it.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons. I love bubble coral. But that's one of the reasons I never got one, because of the sweepers.
Yeah.
Very, very bad stings.
And so I pulled it out, and it looked like it had its feeding tentacles out, like it had good polyp extension, but I think it was just the skin falling off.
Yeah.
It's kind of white. Gone? It's pretty much white and brown today, so I don't know.
Oh, you never know.
It back on the rock, but the sea urchin really has a, he really pushes. I've been picking up corals since I got him.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I've never had a sea urchin.
Well, I had a little bout of green hair algae, and it was mostly due to not enough flow. I straightened out the flow, and I stepped up my cleanup crew game, and they did a great job. There's really barely any hair algae left. So, but he pushed a lot of frags off.
Yeah, well, as soon as it's done, get rid of it.
Yeah, move them on to another project, I guess. I'll put them in the softy tank.
Usually with things like that, yeah, I say usually with things like that, you can sell them for the price you pay.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't ever lose out.
I pay things forward. Like I had that peppermint shrimp, and he wiped out all my aptasia, and then I gave him to O. And O says he's doing great over there, eating up all his aptasia. So
that's well, there you go.
Yep. Because he was so good at he was so good at aptasia, he went for SPS after the aptasia was gone. Because I guess he thought they were little aptasia.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like them, what they're called, Harlequin shrimps. I think they're beautiful, but they're good at doing the job for cleaning up the Estrina starfish. But as soon as they've gone,
then you have to feed them.
You've got to pass them on. Exactly.
Yeah, they are gorgeous.
I used to go to my local. Yeah, I used to go to my LFS, and I used to go. Do you know, like the starfish? I used to see one that was like ill or peeling a little bit. I used to just say, I'll give you like half the price for it or less than that, because they weren't going to sell it to anyone else. And I used to feed it that, and then eventually I thought, well, I'm not buying them anymore, and I just sold it for the price I paid.
That's it. I've had the little Asterina starfish, and they only seem to eat the coralline algae in my tank. there's many different types of them. So I haven't
Yeah,
had
and
a
nobody knows what they are. That's the thing.
and they
Yeah.
come and go. So I don't know if the wrasses are eating them or, I haven't ever seen an explosive population of them like some guys.
Yeah, in my old tank I did.
Yeah.
I could pull 10, 15 out a week. I used to just collect them in the tub. Just throw them in the tub, like 10, 15 a week. And in this system, since setting up, I've never had one.
That's good.
But in this system, I've never had anything, any pests or anything.
I'll throw them down in the fuge. Let them clean the glass in there. If I see them.
What I have in mind, I have a lot of limpet snails. Now, limpets are brilliant at cleaning up your stuff. But if I put them if I find any in my main system, I'll take them out there because my rats eat them.
Right.
But my sump's got quite a few in there, and they're really good at cleaning your sump up.
I've got a bunch of
They're
babies.
real big. I mean, so,
good morning, Miss Haley.
what, baby? What?
I saw Haley pop in.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
You all right, Haley?
I am. How are you?
Oh,
Kids
good.
went back to school. She's perfect.
Oh, you bet I am.
Yeah. How's your mum doing?
She's settling back in, but it's going to take her. It normally takes about 10 days, but she'll be right.
Well, it's a shame she can't go to school too, huh?
She's just come out of respite, Dave. I've had a couple of weeks break, and she's just come home. So,
hello,
as
Esther.
one goes back, the other comes home. Hey, Esther. What's going on with this?
That's in. Seen that? Ailey comes in, they all jump on.
It's
all right. Me and Dave get it. We're not good enough for you.
That's it. We'll just block everybody else.
Yeah.
Hey, Esther.
Yeah, we've got the power.
Yeah. Hi, Esther. Hey, King. Hey, Nat King.
How's your system, Ailey?
It's doing all right. It's doing really well.
That's good.
Good.
I closed my little nano down, and I've just got 3 foot and 7 foot on the go. Yeah. No, I didn't know how I was going to do in my big tank, but it's loving it. It's huge. He's grown already.
Good. Esther says she's starting a new tank up. It's getting ready now.
Nice.
Ooh. What's she getting? An octopus?
Oh, she's always wanted one, hasn't she? You right, DC?
Hey,
I hear Ailey's voice and I jump on the stream. See, it is you, Ailey.
I like my man voice.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, Nat. I haven't been watching.
Need to see Nick for your up. Have you got his number, Esther? If you want his details, give me a shout and I'll get you his details.
Have his number on his website? I'm sure his phone is on his website.
Yeah. She can go on his website and his phone number's there anyway. But if you need any info, Esther, give us a shout. We're always here to help.
Octopus.
Yeah, she is. Can't wait to see
Except with octopuses. I've never had one.
Get a good lid.
I watched videos of them. I was going to say, yeah, well, octopuses, they take lids off. They know the stuff.
I see the one get out of a jar, screw the lid off. That was incredible.
No one unscrewed it. That's crazy.
I watched it yesterday, Dave. Yesterday, I watched it. That.
You see the big one on the boat, too? It went out the little drain on the side of the boat off the deck.
Yeah. They said, watch it. Yeah, because they're saying, leave it. And it was going through.
Yeah, as soon as he touched
they
the
can
water.
Get through anything.
He's all good. There's water over
they
here.
Can get through anything. Yeah. I think it's just the size of the beak, innit? They can get through anything the size of the beak.
Pretty much. It's like a big bag of water.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I'd freak out if I had one. It would definitely escape out of my tank.
Who's got a Reef Octopus skimmer? She's only buying that skimmer, Esther, because it's got octopus in it.
Yep.
She's not really getting an octopus. She's just getting a skimmer. She's putting fish in the tank.
Oh, really?
Everyone should get an octopus and a slippery dick. This is Death Mage.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not even watershed yet.
Slippery dick. All right. Now, what was Aquarium Activist talking about that day? A wonder puss? Poor kid. Come in here and say wonder puss.
I know.
Well, you've got that pussy coral and all, haven't you?
That's it. Poor kid got educated.
Apparently, it's a rat. Oh dear, I couldn't have a bass called.
Do you know what? I might do that, Mage. I might go to be LFS and say, "Can I have a slippery dick and a pussy coral, please?"
Yeah, we're nasty, but we didn't bring it up.
No.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a plague of asterinas at the minute.
Get
You've got the
Get the shrimp.
She's got them, doesn't she?
Have you?
No, I ain't got a. No, I've not got a.
Oh, trust me. Get a pair. Get a pair.
No, but what happens when they've all gone? Then I won't want to part with them, but I won't want to like kill out else.
No, honestly, just get them, or just get one, because one will clear them up in a week. Trust me, they're that good. I got one me, right? But buy it on the thing is that you're only buying it to do its job. Don't buy it to say, oh, it's my pet.
Yeah.
Just buy it for that one. Buy it to clean up. Yeah, buy it to clean up. In fact, go to your LFS. Just say, I want this. I want it to eat all my starfish. When I finish with it, can I bring it back? Could I get like the most will give you 50% back on it?
I want to know what this wrasse looks like, but I'm afraid to type it into Google.
Yeah.
In your Google search there.
If you got parental controls turned on, turn them on.
Oh, I've got it. It's literally called a slippery dick.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wrasse, she says, and I'm going to write wrasse after it. I want to see what it looks like, but I sure don't want to.
Well, that's what I did. I made sure I put wrasse at the side of it. Now, the female looks boring, but the male looks pretty damn nice.
Well, of course. It's all in the name.
Alicorus bivitatus is the proper name. Tropical waters of the Western Atlantic Ocean.
There's a pudding wife, too. That looks cute. Pudding wife wrasse.
Bloody hell.
Hey, beautiful colors, though.
Do you know what our newspaper, do you know the Daily Mirror, Ailey? One of our papers on there, Dave. They've actually got an article in here.
Yeah.
This fish has an incredibly rude name and scientists aren't happy about it. Behold, the slippery dick wrasse. It's not very often you get to see a big
a bunch of proofs.
listen to what the newspapers put in the article. It's not often you get to see a big picture of a slippery dick.
Fantastic journalism right there.
But that's exactly what the graphic image shows above. It's just a picture of a fish. The slippery dick wrasse is one of many X-rated animals which have the name shamed on Twitter.
Yeah,
so that's just one of them.
Bar. It just makes it more fun to order stuff.
Yeah. So whoever named it, obviously, if you find a fish, you've got the right to name it. The English term, but usually they give them Latin names and that, don't they?
That made
Or scientific names.
It's 14 inches long.
It says here the dick reaches a maximum length of 35 centimeters. That's in the newspaper. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
DC said to prank call that LFS that's stealing all the domain names.
Oh yeah, that's for slippery
but he
dick.
is a slippery dick.
See, y'all nasty. I told y'all it was a fish.
You know what? People are going to be coming on here now saying, "Whoa, I'm going off air. They're talking so rude."
Hey, I YouTube the video and they have some music playing in the background. Was something wet and something, and they have the fish swimming, and it is coming out the sand, and it is long. Lots of girth and long. Yeah, Buddha showed me that fish. I thought it was lying. I thought somebody edited the name, right? So I was like, you lying. So I Googled it. I was like, oh my God, this is real. And when you go to the online LFS, they have it named as that too, slippery dick. It's like $30-some for the fish. So, I mean, if I could get that fish, I'm gonna get it. I mean, then my title of my YouTube video is gonna be "I finally get a dick." And if people are gonna click on it, they're gonna click on it thinking it's nasty. They're gonna see a fish swimming around.
That's some good clickbait.
Perfect clickbait.
Right, there's 4 fish with rude names. Are you ready for them?
Let's go.
One's called a black swallower. The other one's called a crappie.
Crappy.
Slippery dick. Right, listen to this, right? And this is a truth. This you can Google it, you can find it yourself. One's called twat face shit biscuit.
What? Oh, I gotta look at that one. Twat face.
I'm not even joking. Just type it in. Just type it in. Twat face shit biscuit. Because a twat is a pregnant fish, isn't it?
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what.
Are they
twat is a pregnant
twat?
fish.
They're spelling twat TWAT.
Put TWATFACE.
Twat face.
All one word.
Oh, one word. Okay.
Twat face. Yeah, space and then shit biscuit. And then just apply to images and you'll see it.
Is shit biscuit?
Yeah, twat face is one word and shit biscuit is a second word.
Okay.
It does.
That's going to bring up
Well,
some.
it's brought up Urban Dictionary on mine.
Oh, I see it.
What do you see? What do you see, Midge? What's it called?
He does twat face shit biscuit. He's not as pretty as the slippery dick though.
No. Well.
Yeah. He's like plain looking.
Yeah, but look at the black swallower.
That thing, yeah. Yeah.
I think I must.
I see why that was named that. Oh, they even have birds. They have birds with rude names too. Boobies, tits, cock, wang, bollock, wobbler.
That's called wanky bollock wobbler.
Oh, that's how you say it? Wanky bobbler, okay. Wow. The things people name birds and well, animals in general that they see. Like, oh, that looks like a slippery dick. I'll name it slippery dick.
Oh, God.
You ought to pick up a black swallow for errands.
Hey, Nate. Yeah, I think they were either on drugs or horny or something going on when they named these fish and stuff. Crazy.
People bored looking at their fish tank. You know what? Oh, he doesn't have a name yet. I'll name him.
Exactly right.
I'll name it. Yeah, I'll name it after my wife. What? Twat face shit biscuit. Imagine going over to your wife. Yeah, I named this fish after you. What's it called? Twat face.
I think you'll get a slap and the fish will be gone.
Yeah.
So have
See,
y'all heard about
we are like Go on.
have y'all heard about the hurricanes out here? We got 3 out here brewing up right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's one in the Gulf, one Irma is about to hit in Florida, and then one right after Irma on that side of Florida. So like 3.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like that movie, The Perfect Storm, right?
Yeah, it's looking like that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to hope like this cold front pushes that stuff all the way, because I went through floods and stuff last year. I don't want to go through it again.
It's rough.
Yeah.
I know Florida's going to get the brunt of it and all, aren't they?
Huh?
They said it's not slowing. They said it's not slowing down either. It's gone all over all these islands. They say usually by the time it gets to where it is, it's slowed down a little bit. The winds.
It's gaining power as it moves.
Yeah.
The only thing
Even
that can
slow
slow
down.
it down, the only thing that can slow
Cold
that
water.
thing down right now, yeah, is a cold front that comes through. And then when the cold front comes through, it won't slow it down as much because it's already a Category 5.
Right.
So.
Plus the other 2 are helping it. I'm sure there's some force of
Well,
the
the other one is Katia or Katia, however they're pronouncing it. That one is over here close to me between Mexico, Texas, and Louisiana. It's in that Gulf region right there.
Right.
The other 2 are way on the other side by Florida. Jose and Irma, it's on the other side. But Irma can turn if she wanted to and come up the Gulf. It's been done before. So
I know. It was called Sandy.
right. And when Sandy happened, man, we was out the electricity for a while. I didn't get any flooding, but it was crazy.
Yeah, she took out the whole East Coast, really. She just bounced back and forth off the coast.
She hit land here. She lost power and then gained power over land.
Mm.
That's how Sandy went. Nobody predicted that she would, once she hit land and they died down and they turned to a tropical storm. This mug said, "No, I'm keep going full strength."
Yeah. The only one I've seen.
See, that's it. I mean, we moan about our weather, but we have nothing like your weather.
Well, see, this is things depending on where you live. Like the Gulf areas, this is a season for us. So we just don't have winter, spring. We have hurricane season. And this is the season Carolina right here.
Too.
Yeah.
Something about where the Carolinas sit on the East Coast. It's kind of.
So if you ever want to go on a cruise, you'll get good prices. They're cheaper around hurricane season.
Bring lots of Dramamine. Bring a lot of Dramamine.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes those cruises go good.
They can go around it.
It's a hit and miss. That's kind of a scary situation, being on a boat in the middle of a storm. So
no, thank you.
I've been in plenty of those on a ship, but that was a military ship. They're made for that. I don't know, but I've never been on a cruise ship, so
it's like a shopping mall on the water.
Be like Titanic or something.
Hey, I can swim for about an hour. That's it.
Oh no, Royal Reef. I'm in Louisiana, not in Texas. But I did go through 2 major storms living in Texas, and it was kind of crazy. I was telling my mom because I was looking forward to moving back to Texas. I was trying to get a position available with the job that I already do, and move back. And I would have went through the same stuff this year as I did last year if I would move back. Move to Jersey, man. I don't do the East Coast, man. Those people up there are rude. It gets cold up there. If I move anywhere up East Coast, my man gonna have to have his pockets like Trump status to make me happy. Too cold up there. I can't deal with that.
See, I'm in Florida this time next year.
I was living in Houston, Royal Reef, where all the water. And see, the thing is, everybody was like, I don't know if the people in Houston were surprised that happened. I actually wasn't surprised that happened because the years that I lived in Houston, even when Houston doesn't have a hurricane, like a major storm, the freeways still flood. They have bad sewage out there. People die all the time out there from flooded waters on the freeway. all the time without a storm. It's just regular rain because they're for one, they're below sea level like Louisiana is. Two, when they build stuff, they just level the land. It's flat land out there. They take all the trees down, no good sewage. So, you know, the first time when I first moved out there from California, I was stuck on the freeway because the freeway was flooded and it was just a regular rain. And I had to call my friend to go pick up my kids because I couldn't get off the freeway. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's cray.
Yeah, Houston's known for flooding all the time.
Yeah. I was reading on Wikipedia, and apparently, I think it's the way the city was built. Like it's a little bit of a low-lying area, so it floods pretty easy.
Yeah, it's a low-lying area, and when they, like I said, when they go to build stuff, they flatten the land. Like literally, they bulldoze everything. So, you know, anybody that has sense of nature or just like science understands that when water doesn't have anywhere to go, it's just gonna stay where it's at and build up, you know, like a pool, basically. He got lucky.
How often does Florida? How often does Florida get hit?
Florida gets hit quite often. Like every year they have a hurricane pass through there, but they're not as bad all the time, you know, and it usually just hits the south part of Florida. But this thing, Irma, is scheduled to go straight up the middle of Florida.
Yeah, and they have like, yeah, I mean what you're talking about here is like this is probably the second strongest storm ever recorded. So we're talking like, I know it's funny because we keep hearing this term once in a lifetime storm, but I feel like in the last 15-20 years, Florida has seen probably 2 or 3 once in a lifetime storms.
Right. And I know like some people, you know, they get tired of hearing global warming and this and that, whatever. But you have to understand that if you look back in history, a lot of these storms didn't happen like they are happening now. And the weather wasn't as warm as it is now. Those hurricanes contribute from warm weather.
Yep.
You know, so.
Yeah, we have. Listen, growing up in Jamaica, we had hurricanes all the time. Hurricanes all the time. I mean, some of them are. I mean, Jamaica now probably got a lot of rain, even though the hurricane didn't come any. But we got some of the outer bands in Jamaica. They probably got a lot of the outer band. Like Puerto Rico, the hurricane didn't even. The eye or most of the major parts of the hurricane didn't even pass over Puerto Rico, yet they still got a lot of rain from the outer band. So
they're saying as of right now, the storm is the size like 400 miles long,
size of France,
from Tallahassee to from Tallahassee to Jackson, I think it was. It's huge. It's really wide. It's gonna cover when it hits Florida. It's gonna cover Florida totally. And we might get some of that outer band because it's so big. And depending on once it hits land where it moves, that's scary because see, we haven't started any type of major plans, you know, about getting prepared or whatever. But I've been looking at stuff and you know, thinking about going to get a generator just in case, because see, the thing is about those little battery things for your tank, whatever, those things don't last that long. And if you don't get water in your house, the generator will last longer. Like a solar power generator is what I've been looking at, because I've been through that gas thing before where you couldn't buy gas. If you had credit card, you definitely wasn't buying gas. You had to have cash, and then the gas lines were so long. So whether you have a generator or not, you might not be able to last that long with a generator if you ain't got no gas.
I mean, here in New York, I mean, we won't lose power, but our infrastructure is still recovering from Sandy years ago. Like our subway was flooded for, I think, the first time ever, and it was never made to like have salt water in our equipment. So our subway, I mean, last year we just had one of our subway lines reopen like a few months ago, earlier this year, from Sandy, which was, what was Sandy, 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah.
We're not going to get a full-on hurricane here, but if we get even a tropical storm here and we get any kind of surge at all, it's going to pretty much, you know, we're not going to lose power. I think you know, we won't lose power here in New York City, at least, maybe places New Jersey, but it'll still be, you know, devastating because our tunnels and stuff still haven't fully been, you know, all the equipment, electricals, everything still hasn't, it's still not, you know, rebuilt from Sandy 5 or so years ago.
Yeah, they have that gas thing is serious. Like they when I was in Houston, they had, I forgot what 2 hurricanes hit Houston when I was there, but people were fighting each other over gas. It took me from driving from Houston to College Station is usually like a 4-hour drive. It took us 24 hours to drive there, and my 2 kids were babies at the time. It was hot. You could walk faster than you can drive, and by the time we got to College Station, we were pretty much on E, and I needed just like 20 more miles, and the gas line was long, and this guy right in front of me was pumping his gas. He lived in College Station. He had 2 big gas canisters, and the cop was there monitoring the line, and I told that police, I said, look, if that guy takes all the gas, all I need is a little bit of 20 more miles. I said, if he takes all the gas, it's going to be some trouble out here. I said, I got 2 kids in the car, and I'm driving from Houston. I need 20 more miles. I just need a little bit of gas. He's like, okay, ma'am, just hold on. Let me go talk to him. Because I was not playing. But it get crazy. Yeah, I've been through those. I've been through tornadoes.
We don't have nothing. Yeah, we don't have nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have a lot of colder weather than we do down here in the south part of the U.S. So, like last year, we only had 3 days of winter in Louisiana. 3 days. So people were upset.
I look forward to them.
Huh?
Yeah, we had 3 days of summer, didn't we?
Yeah, we had 3 days of summer.
Yeah, it was just freaky. It was just unnormal. Because even though we live in the Gulf, that we still have winter months. Like 2 years ago, we had an ice storm and things like that, and we have a good winter month. But for whatever reason, last year we only had 3 days. No kidding, just 3 days of winter, and everybody was like happy because winter was here. And after that 3 days, it never went back cold. So.
Yeah, we never had no. In fact, last year for us, well, we never had no snow or ice really at all. It was a warm year last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was warm. I mean, they're predicting an Indian summer for us this year, aren't they?
Yeah.
But,
well, it's already summer. We've got 4 weeks. It's autumn in 4 weeks. Or spring, as they.
we could be, yeah, we could still be seeing like warm temperatures well into November, apparently.
So Royal Reef,
when I say
where you live at? You live in Houston or you live in Texas?
Florida, don't you?
I mean, Florida or Texas. All my family and friends were good in Houston. They were safe. They were on further out, so they didn't get flooded. So.
I just had a look at that hurricane. It says its current wind speed is 175 miles per hour.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that we had a tornado hit here 2 years ago behind the warehouse I work at in New Orleans, and there's a train that runs off the ground. It's on like stilts or whatever. The tornado came, blew the train off the tracks. The train hit the ground behind a Raising Cane's, which is a restaurant out here. It was crazy.
Well, he's in Texas, Royal Reefer.
Oh, he lives in Houston, Texas. So, but the water didn't get in your house, right? How's your tank? The 125 that I bought from a guy out here, he went through Hurricane Katrina, and after Hurricane Katrina, he lost his tank. He just didn't feel the urge to set it back up, so that's why he just sold it. He said he lost so much.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Katrina, is that the one that wiped out New Orleans?
Yes.
Scary stuff.
And Katrina, to be honest with you, Katrina wasn't really that bad. What happened with New Orleans is when Katrina came, it brought those those swells, those 50-some feet swells, and the levees couldn't handle all that water coming into New Orleans. So it wasn't really the wind that destroyed New Orleans. It was that water and the water that was bringing from the ocean coming into New Orleans couldn't handle all that.
Hey, Mage, I think you should. I think most people don't understand like New Orleans and where it is and how it's shaped and its relation to the lake.
If you look up Louisiana on a map, basically Louisiana is like a island pretty much. I mean, and every year it's receding into the water every year. And it's because the weather is getting warmer. You know, you have glaciers that are melting, the water gets higher. So for Louisiana, those swamp areas are disappearing. The water is coming more and more onto the land, and it's below sea level, like really below sea level. Like in New Orleans, the graveyards in New Orleans, they don't bury people under the ground. They have to bury people above ground.
And doesn't New Orleans also has pumps that are constantly pumping water?
They have pumps. Yeah, they have pumps that constantly pump. Like this year before Magna, they had to rebuild part of Bourbon Street because it flooded, and it was just regular rain.
Yep.
Regular rain.
So on a regular, I think from what someone explained to me, like on a regular, like even without extra rain or anything, New Orleans is under threat from flooding, and it has pumps built under the city.
Underneath,
that's constantly pumping water from under the city.
They have levees and they have pumps, and if those pumps malfunction, New Orleans is a lake. So, and
I knew that
it
was about 1 meter.
Katrina happened, the pumps couldn't pump the water fast enough to relieve the city. You know, and then the levees breached, some of the levees broke. See, some of those levees haven't really had good PM maintenance in a long, long time because they're thinking, well, the levees are whole, we've been through this before. And that's what happened with Katrina. They was like, oh, we've been through this before, we've seen this, which they have seen it before. But Katrina brought a different type of atmosphere. It brought more water than wind and rain. You know, it was just a lot of water from the ocean collapsed those levees. The pumps weren't able to keep up, so they had to rethink how they need to protect that city. You know.
Yeah, I know it's a meter under the water.
Yeah,
it
was bad. It was bad. And then when we didn't even get a hurricane out here last year where I live at, and it's never flooded where I live at. Like I don't ever, like Hurricane Andrew passed through here when I was small and it didn't flood. But yet last year around this time it was just regular rain, and they started building new stuff on the freeway. It was like a blockage, right? So, you know, and again, you block stuff off, water doesn't have anywhere to go. So it just did a regular rain or whatever, and it flooded. Like literally what y'all guys saw in Houston is what we had out here last year. You could ride in a boat and touch the stoplights with your hand. That's how high the water was. You had people stuck on a freeway for 3 days, couldn't get off. You know, and so it's for me, it's a scary situation because, you know, I got kids and stuff. I'm more, you know, I love my animals and my fish, but I'm more worried about my kids and stuff. And I don't have a boat. If I was to have to get out, I would have to just leave totally early. And see, we don't have any evacuation plans going for Hurricane Irma because they're not expecting it to turn. But if it does turn at the last minute, you're going to see a lot of panic in Louisiana. A lot of panic. So.
Yeah.
But I watch those storms like a hawk, so I can be ready because I got to get my kids out, and then I got to drive to my mom's house and get her. So.
Yeah. I'll just recause it. There's the link. Where'd Dave go anyway?
I don't know where Dave went. He went to probably buy a slippery dick at his LFS.
Yeah.
I bet you they have it. He should ask them. That little fish store has everything that he goes to.
Was that Dave?
No.
All right. What are Dave then?
I don't know where Dave went. Dude, no.
Rico's in. You're right, Rico.
What's
Hey,
up?
what's up?
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Death Mage? Hey, Death Mage.
Got migraine.
What's up?
Mage. Fuck you.
About what? I plan on buying Destiny tomorrow.
See,
Hey,
curtains are closed. Rico's lying down. Rico's got an headache.
Yeah. Hey, Death Mage.
Yes.
Fuck you.
I said yes. What you want? Kaepernick.
What's up, O? What's O doing? Working? Working hard?
Working and listening.
We're trying to get O to
Working
go buy
and listening, huh?
Go buy we're trying to get O to go buy a slippery dick from the LFS.
Trying to get O to go by what?
Well, what he needs to do that? He can somebody.
Trying to get
It's
O
a
to go
fish.
buy
It's a fish. Oh, it's a rat. It's a rat. Oh, he's probably like, what the?
They thought I was lying in chat. Paul and him thought I was lying. I said, "Oh, y'all nasty. It's a fish."
Nah, it's a wrasse. It's called slippery dick. That's the name of it.
Oh, that's
They
nothing
know, they
compared to the
looked
fish
up.
that
You can catch those down in Florida and South Carolina or whatever. But Florida, you could get those all day down in Florida.
Yeah, Midge, tell him the other name of that other fish.
You can
the
get
black swallow or some
urgent fish.
shit.
Black
Yeah,
swallower.
you can get all kinds of fish.
Yeah, black swallower, twat face shit biscuit.
Now I don't know how they come
call
up with the damn name.
Hey, if you see it, go to YouTube and YouTube slippery dick grass and click on the video that has the music. You'll see why it's called that. That thing is long and limpy. Yeah, I can see.
It's limpy.
It is. They have pictures of people holding it, and it's like limped all over, and it gets 14 inches long.
Yeah, they get.
Is that just when you hold it?
Oh my god.
You ain't I was saying slippery then. Yeah, he's simply reefing.
Oh my.
I hope my missus don't check me history later. Slippery dick in YouTube in Google.
Hey, oh.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, did you get the right address this time?
Yeah, man, it's out. So I sent you one, and then you're gonna get one. Yeah, I'll send you a text. You're gonna get two. So yeah,
okay.
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it offline. I'll shoot you a text. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, appreciate it, man.
One today is Thursday, so you get one Saturday and then maybe one Monday or Tuesday. But you're good. Between those two, you should be able to do anything you need to do.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. I'm actually waiting for my BRS to get here so I can have some of my other stuff to.
Y'all ordered y'all
that I'm down.
Y'all know 8s yet?
Mage, I missed that. What did you say, Mage?
Have you guys ordered your Note 8 yet?
No, I don't order them. I'll just grab it when it comes out because ours they always ask, but they always have them in.
I pre-ordered mine because last time when the Note 7 came out, I almost didn't get one. I had to drive all the way to New Orleans to get one. I'm
an Apple person.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't count.
Yeah, and it's not, and I yeah.
Hey, I did hear. Ain't they supposed to come out with a new Apple because people were complaining about how they pretty much came out with the latest Apples, but they really wasn't no kind of change.
That you could say that about every year.
That's always been the thing.
Well, yeah, I guess they said something about coming out with
So
another app.
now they finally figured out that the phone hardly changes unless you buy maybe 2 years, the 2 year model. Yeah, I
Listen,
mean,
Well, you know how people are. My brother is bad with that. Every
yeah,
phone that
listen.
comes out, he's always switching.
When AT&T had those upgrade, but to be honest, my best friend and my brother work for Apple, so I'm not
I
going.
did too.
I get good discounts, but
Everybody has a good discount for their
if I wasn't
employees.
getting good discounts, I wouldn't be buying a phone every year. Like I don't have, back when the carriers were subsidizing the phone that you could get it for $200 or so when you
Right.
put up your
Yeah,
contract, it was easy. But
yeah.
now I'll hold on to my phone for 3-4 years till it fails because I
Like
don't.
my mom,
The new phone coming out is going to be $1,000. Like who the heck got $1,000 to spend on a phone? When I was a kid,
that's
but
the
now
thing.
I got
That
kids.
that
I
whole
got responsibilities. I don't have
that
time to spend $1,000 on a phone. The
that
heck?
thing right
Right.
there that you said, that people say that every year. You do know every year the phones go up, right? And every year somebody says that same thing.
Yeah,
Every
I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna spend. And then nowadays, you know what they do now is you basically not mortgage, but you basically pay for the phone over time. But still, I
right.
mean, it might lessen it, but we're all grown ups here. We all have bills. Like nobody wants to add another bill. You know,
Right.
I'm already paying for cell phone, TV, whatever. I don't have a car note because I don't drive, but some of you got car notes, rent, mortgage.
Right.
Like, who wants? I'll use the phone till it fails and then buy another one. Like, who wants to add? It's only $50 or whatever. You can justify it like that, but it's another $50 on top of all the other things you got to buy. So,
Well,
no way,
if
man.
you can afford it, because I do it, I pay like I pre-ordered Note 8, and I'll be paying $32 a month.
No, mate. If you need a new phone, that's fine, but I'm
No,
not
I
gonna
don't really need
upgrade
a new
every
phone,
year.
but I don't need a new phone, but I miss my Note. And I
Uh,
have because the Note
Yeah,
7
me
blew
too.
up, I had to, I had a Note 5 at first, and I traded Note 5 in for a Note 7, and I had to get my Note 7 back. I had to get a Galaxy S Edge, I mean 7 Edge, which is
Yeah.
fine, but because of the business that I do with my job, I miss my pen. I really do. So I need a Note.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I got bad eyes.
I need to
But
know.
I got bad eyes, so I need so I like the big phone. I like the fingerprint reader because my company has security. So if I didn't have the touch ID, I'd have to punch in like a 10-digit password. My company requires at least a 10-digit password. They don't. Yeah, so I like my iPhone. We use all Apple stuff because, like I said, I get discounts. So I
Yeah,
like.
the Samsung has a fingerprint scanner, which I use every now and then. I like the little thing that's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I like that.
it's not like I'm saying I'm an Apple fanboy because up until 2 or 3 years ago, I was buying whatever phone was like if the Note came out and I liked it, that's what I would get. And if the next time in the 2 years or a year and a half, it was the Apple was the best, I would buy it. But
Yeah,
the last couple of years, because now my kids have like, iPod touches and whatever, and they could FaceTime, I think I've stuck with Apple a little bit,
if if there was a phone out there that was comparable to the Note, then I would have something else to compare and then make a better judgment of what I want. But there's really no pen out there. I mean, no phone out there that has the pen that I like. And the Samsung Note has the best pinnage, than any phone. Even the ones that do have, which is very slim. Like maybe one or two companies carry a phone like with a pen. All the rest of them you have to buy tablets to get that pen. So I was like, I'm just stick
Yeah.
with this till somebody comes out and challenges them. But for anybody that loves to do video editing and picture stuff like CJ and CC Reefer, that LG V30, that knocks all them other cameras, iPhone, Samsung, all them cameras out the window.
Like Samsung's the best.
So now when it comes to that camera, that new V30 coming out, that mug is nice. That phone, if
What
you're into editing, that phone has a nice camera on it.
What are they saying about that camera, Death Mage?
It does like you could do like for
What's the phone called?
video, the LG V30. If you go on YouTube, they have a lot of comparisons against the
I'm looking.
V30 and the Samsung Note 8 because those are the two new phones coming out with the best cameras, right? The V30 is more for people who like to do a lot of video editing, and it can, at the click of your finger, you can do like cinematic stuff, all that kind of like movie stuff, Spielberg and all that shit, all that kind of stuff. Even though the Samsung Note 8 can do some of that stuff, but not like the V30. And the V30 has a wide angle shot where because it has both of them have two lenses, but one of the lenses in the V30 can do like a wide angle. The Samsung Note 8 has it to where you can blur the back image and the front image is clear. I forgot what they call it, telephonic lens or some crap like that. So I guess it depends on what you want to do with the camera. It's which one you'll go for. But I feel like if you was into that big time editing for YouTube and stuff, that V30 is nice.
Wow.
Does the V30 still run? Does it run the Android operating system?
Yes.
See, that'd be better, wouldn't it? It's got the OLED screen and all. Organic LED screen. Oh.
So both of those phones appeal to different people depending on what you want to do.
Right.
So if you're into camera editing and stuff, that V30 is nice. If you like camera editing, but not as much, but you're more into like business stuff, then the Note 8 would be for you.
Yeah. Well, what about the Note 8? They're changing anything about the cameras on that?
The Note
Do you
8
know
is
of?
going to have a dual camera. The Note 8 is going to have a dual camera. I think the lens is going to be a whatever that one is with the T. That's what the lens
telescope or
is it telescope? I don't know shit. The one with the T. But it allows you to edit your picture before you take the picture. So say like if you wanted to, like
really?
say for instance you like close-ups of your cores, right? But you didn't want to see all the rest of the cores. You could blur out the other corals in the background and just have that front coral real crisp.
Oh, okay. That's what I mean.
Videos, yeah, in the YouTube videos they show people doing that and taking pictures and things like that with that camera. It's nice. Both cameras are nice. Don't get me wrong. Them cameras getting up there to them DSLR and all them cameras that you buy $600 for the camera. They get up there.
Well, that's what I need. So I can really get some shots as if I had one of those high end cameras.
Yeah. But I can't wait to play with the camera. The multitasking on the Note 8 is better now because with the S Edge I can do multitasking, but you gotta do so much to get into the multitasking part. But the Note 8 is just a press of the button and you have two screens, one at the bottom, one at the top. So I like that. And because I pre-ordered, guys, I got, so you can either, if you pre-order the phone, you can either get the memory card with a charge station, but I already have a charge station. So I got the 360 camera, which I wanted one of those for a while, but those cameras are like $300. So I got the free 360 camera. Let's see. Yeah, it says that this phone could do some bokeh effect, BOKEH. I don't know who that is or what that is. You people out there that love doing photographs and stuff probably know what that is. I don't know what that is. Uh, Chat is dead. I'm going to go back to watching hurricane updates. Bye, Simply. Let me go look at the hurricane updates too. Mm. Direct hit.
So this video you're seeing out of St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, it's from about 6 to absolutely incredible. Hurricane Irma so far has killed at least 10 people.
Wow, look at that. Hmm. Wow.